Dairy farmer Steve Hook says the only similarity between pasteurised and unpasteurised milk is that they're both whitish and they're both called milk.
Liquid ice cream.
Hook & Son has been producing raw milk for nearly 20 years, and it's not been easy.
Our brand could go like that because somebody hasn't done their job properly in here.
Public unease over the safety of raw milk products, a high-profile battle to stop his most productive pasture being built on, and of course the threat of TB stopping him in his tracks means he's a fighter, but a spotlessly clean one. He has to be.
There's risk with any food. It just seems that with raw milk there isn't any allowance of risk by the food industry.
His dairy was built in 1973 and it takes 2 hours to milk his small herd. He went into raw dairy as he had control. He could sell it direct. It was something different and cherished in other cultures.
The milk is pumped into that tank that holds 200 litres.
It was the positive response he got from customers in the London markets that convinced him he was onto something.
Every time somebody bought it, I would ask them why they bought it, and they would tell me the reason why it was important to them. And really, it was the cultures from around the world that haven't got strong pasteurising industries. The more westernised countries are, the more milk knowledge has been laid to waste and forgotten. It's so lovely to sell a product that we work so hard on the farm here to produce. It's so lovely, almost to be armed with this amazing food that we produce and go out and sell it, because I just feel there's nothing that can be found out about raw milk that's going to upset me. The more I find out about it, the more I'm glad that I've got raw milk on my side.
It is absolutely the...
Coincidentally, today Steve is also being filmed by a student from northern India who was raised with house cows and raw milk, and the cultural importance of things like ghee, a type of clarified butter with loads of benefits.
It gives you long-lasting energy. A small amount of it, you can have it and you can have with your food, and then the energy provided by it lasts long.
That's true.
Because the farmers in our people, that's the only thing they use a lot in their vegetables and all. Like what happens is just once they prepare their food, and when they're going to eat it, they put a spoonful of ghee into directly onto their veggie. And then they have it, more than that, and then it like sustains them throughout the day. But it is a staple food. You have to have it. In my house, if I say I don't want to have ghee with my veg, I'll be having fight with my mother that day. It's that thing.
Oh my God, is that important?
I have a lot of people that have bullet coffees with ghee. So instead of putting milk or cream in with their coffee, they put ghee in as a power coffee.
Now, as it's Wimbledon fortnight, let's talk cream. Whole milk with cream, lots of it.
Obviously this is raw milk, and this is full fat milk. Now, full fat milk comes out of a cow at about 4.1%, but for full fat to be sold in the shops, by law, it can be as low as 3.5%, so the dairies take off a bit of fat, and they're still able to call the milk full fat milk at 3.5%. But this is 4.1%, and this is unhomogenized, so the cream will settle out, and in raw milk it settles really, really well. Now you can see the cream line there. You've got that much as cream, that is skim milk in effect, and that's where the cream line should be, and that bit of cream is so worth running down the stairs for first in the morning to have on your cereals. That's the best cream you can have, and because it's raw, the cholesterol in that is in its natural form, which means your good blood cholesterol goes up and your bad goes down. So not only have you got lovely cream, which is to die for, it's good for you at the same time. How about that?
And where can I get this from, this product, this super product? Oh yeah, Hook & Son.
Hook & Son.
No branded bottle.
With the unbranded bottle.
You did so well with no branding.
I know, that's another story. I've had to go unbranded bottles for the moment, so we're winding down our branded bottles because they've got the word organic on, and whilst the farmer's license is organic, the milk that we sell in a bottle can't be called organic because we put it into a bottle. So that's a disco. Yeah.
You put it into a bottle?
Yeah.
And that then removes the organic?
Well, I could call it organic if I have an organic processor's license, which is another cost again. So my cow's organic, the farm's organic, and my cows produce organic milk, but because I've put it into a bottle, that requires an organic processor's license on top of the producer's license as the farm. So
if I was suckling straight from the cow, no problem at all?
No problem at all. That would be organic milk that you're having. But because I've put it into a bottle, it can no longer be called organic.
I think that's another story, Steve.
It is.
Time to see the cows before they're brought in for milking. They're grazing on the Pevensey marshes, a wildlife haven with a rich tapestry of grasses and herbs for the cattle to graze on.
And my cows down on this land have got freedom, which is quality of life. It's choices. They can choose what they eat, and they can self-medicate as well. They can eat out of the hedges, the different flora, and it's fascinating watching a cow, what she eats. It's quite surprising, and that makes my cows very gentle, very happy. The policy on the farm is no raised voices, no raised arms, so they're very good with people. But coming back to the marsh, you can see how tranquil, how peaceful it is. It's not just good for my well-being. I believe it's good for my cows' well-being as well. Good girls, push up, one more. Go on, up you get. Go on, push up, push up. Well done.
Time for milking, and Steve and Jasmine have a very strict workflow.
All right, girl, all right. All right, good girl. I've put on a foam. The foam does three things. It sort of starts to break down muck. It is a sanitizer, and it also acts as a skin conditioner so that it stops teats from cracking. You don't want cracked teats because that's somewhere else that bacteria can harbour. Good girl. So I'm just stripping out the full milk. The milk's a good colour, it's not watery or bloody. Then clean the teats with a paper towel. Nothing really there. Then white, sanitising wet wipe. Do it again. Inspect it, that's pretty clean. This milk is effectively going straight from the teat into somebody's glass to drink. So I've got to have confidence that that person can drink my milk absolutely safely and obviously enjoy the product. And this is the most important point in producing that litre of milk, is right now putting the unit onto the teat. If I get that wrong, or if my staff gets that wrong, and we have some, say, food poisoning as a result, that's 15 years of work creating our brand, getting to where we are today. 15 years gone down the pan. So this is so important at this stage, which is why it's great seeing young people like Jasmine learning these skills and taking ownership of this job. It's really great.
What's your best trick?
Definitely the cows. Definitely. They're the best.
There is so much more to raw milk, so there'll be a podcast with Steve coming out in the next few weeks. In the meantime, have a look at the Hook & Son website or catch up with them at one of the many London markets.